Hiya, Notters. Are you taking your art serious, especially when life gets in the way? I often talk about how my daily art practice has started to shift my mental health. But in order to keep me feeling that bliss, I need to keep on practicing it. I need to take care of myself and make time for it every day. But as a mom and living the life of an expat, I haven't done that always in the right way. Even worse, I was totally forgetting myself. I set aside my own desires and needs, and I learned all of that from my mom's example. She was always taking care of us and never looked after herself. I thought in order to be a good mom, I had to put my kids number one. So when our youngest was born with the syndrome and needed special care, especially in his younger years, and when our oldest daughter got molested in Italy when she was there as an exchange student when she was only 14 years, and our other daughter got trapped in an abusive relationship, I thought I needed to be their rock. And obviously, there were loads of things to worry about, and that's when I didn't take care of me. Doing that, doing things like that, always ended up with me getting into a serious depression at the end of each of these nerve-wracking episodes. I didn't process my emotions at the time itself. I set them aside again because I thought I needed to be there for them. Of course, that's pretty silly because it's like Oprah always says, you cannot give from an empty cup. That's why I always ended up totally exhausted, completely worn out, and spiraling down into a depression. And then I started to make art, and I learned how my practice is doing that job in a very natural way. It is helping me to regulate all my daily emotions and processing all the hardship of life. It got me out of my latest depression. That's why I learned to take care of my that's why I learned to take my art very serious. It doesn't make me take my art itself serious though, because I can see it isn't that beautiful or amazing, but I choose not to care. I have learned to quiet my negative inner voice by telling it that making art is what I need to do to keep my sanity. It also helped when I learned a little bit about neuroscience and the way our brain works. That learned me that making art is mainly a right side of the brain action, and your left side of your brain doesn't like to be shut down. You will recognize that feeling when you get into a total flow and have no idea of time anymore. That's when you are working with your right side of your brain. But your left side of your brain doesn't like it. It doesn't like to be shushed. So it starts to make up nasty comments to stop you, convincing you it's not something you need. Now that I know why I am saying these nasty or distracting things to myself, I learned to counter them. And I can tell you something that is very encouraging. Namely, that the more you practice art, the less that negative talking is taking place, as if it knows that I'm gonna paint anyway. Making art is my daily medicine for having a mentally healthy life. And it isn't always easy though, I do admit that too. But this channel is also helping me to maintain my accountability. I used to go to art school for textile arts, and the accountability was that you had to practice at least 8 hours per week at school. Doing it at home is a lot more difficult, I surely know. We let our inner voice distract us. So, how can you maintain a daily practice? Well, I think you should try to consider setting up your own accountability. Maybe you can join a challenge or Instagram. There are many out there, and it's fun to create something with a daily prompt. Or you can create a special journal for it and add the dates. So that way you have to fill in a page every day. Some days it will be only with a quote or a sticker, and other days you will feel a lot more inspired or you will have more time to fill the page with some art. You also can join Facebook groups. Somehow I do feel they are a little more intimate than Instagram is. You can actually chat a little bit more and it feels like there's more interaction between people anyway. Well, it is so important to not let life keep us from creating, as we needed to live it with a bit of happiness and bliss. I know you have hardships, and I know you are feeling overwhelmed at times, and anxiety kicks in, but those days we need our art practice. Art helps us to process our emotions and we will live more blissful days. I sometimes feel like a reverend preaching the preach. But yes, I do feel it as my mission to get you creating. As we are all created beings, and with creating art, we can pass on all the energy that make the world, especially our own, a better place. Within all of this said, I show you the art I create, with no filters whatsoever. I show you what I created today with this subject in mind. I show you whatever I make and I want to make sure that it isn't about beauty or picture perfect. That way I show you we have good days and bad days, good art and sometimes bad art. It's all about the process, showing up, feeling better. And together we can do this. I try to live a simple life, enjoying the little things like a butterfly on a flower or my dog who puts his head on my lap to get a cuddle. If we focus more on that and practice art, we will start to live a more meaningful life filled with little sparkles instead of aiming for the big unfulfilled stuff. If you like this YouTube, please give me a thumbs up. And if you are inclined enough, you can subscribe to my channel, and that way I can motivate you even more to start your daily practice and to show you how I keep doing it. I wish you a wonderful day, and I hope you will enjoy the little things in life. Create something, enjoy your loved ones, and please call someone you haven't spoken to in a long time. Well, that's it. Big hug from me, and bye-bye for now.